Hey. Alright, look, first, I don't want to say that every deck video upgrade is going to be hard, because I think that's a tired narrative, but I'm looking to add in at least some of these cards, and that's a lot of cards, to a deck that I think is already doing really good. This is Kosei, Penitent, Warlord. Kosei Penitent Warlord is a cool deck. It's from Neon Dynasty Commander. It's the backup commander, or like the not face commander to the Kaima Fractured Calm deck. I like it because you go on a bit of a mini quest in order to get Kosei to do everything. You need it to be equipped, enchanted, and have a +1 counter. Until then, it's just a 0/5 ogre samurai. But yeah, once you have all three, it's very cool. You get to do you get to at least have like one really cool attack, and usually after that one attack you can probably kind of run the game, because you have so much card draw. Once you do the one attack, I think a lot of people will start to come at you, so it's kind of a weird deck in the sense of they consider your deck and you a bit of a joke until you do the cool thing. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of that like thing where it's like if someone isn't doing, like, they're missing their land drops, then people like feel bad and they don't attack them, and then all of a sudden, oh no, they're gonna win. But it's like built, it's like so ingrained into the deck that like every game is kind of like that. Not the oh you're gonna win, just the oh you're gonna be ignored until you do the cool thing. But I do like that it's Voltron in green, and like kind of a different way of Voltron in green than just having like a commander that's just like a large green creature at a base. Like it's like Voltron that you kind of have to like work for a bit. So yeah, I think with my upgrades, no, I was gonna say what my goal was for the upgrades, but I don't really know because this deck is super tight as it is. I feel like every card already does so much. But yeah, I'm gonna lay out some piles here. I think there might be under 35 lands in this deck because the curve is like crazy low. There's also a lot of free spells. There's like a Elvish Spirit Guide, Chrome Mox, Mox Opal, stuff like that, because if you're gonna draw 15 cards in common, no, you're not gonna draw 15 cards. If you're gonna draw like around 8 cards in combat, like you want to have the option to, so I'm deciding if I should put MDFCs. I think I'll pull them, but I won't put them in the land pile. You want to have the option to cast stuff like post combat. A really big thing is you want to be able to protect Kosei after you do your cool attack until you get back to your next turn. So yeah, that's kind of the thinking behind a lot of this free fast mana in this deck, and why there might be less than 35 lands. The other cool thing about this deck is all the basics are this one, the Bamboo Grove lands from Secret Lair. I feel like it fits really well with Kosei. It seems like a pathway up to his house, so I'm really happy or proud of the basic lands in this deck. I think I mean, it's kind of an investment, but also just it's like kind of brings me joy when I play this deck to see these basics. I'm glad I got them. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, so 9, 30. So 30 plus 2 MDFC lands. Yeah, that's really low, but have I been punished for it? Like, God, Kind of. I want to say maybe I could add one more land and it would be fine. And there's a spicy land in my upgrade pile, I will say. Actually, I don't know if that really even counts as a land, but no spoilers yet. Alright, so there's my lands. I'll put them under Kosei because you don't really need to see the lands for now. And then yeah, what pile would be next? Ramp, right? Ramp always goes next. Just the easy piles, in theory. Like, I like breaking my deck into its composite parts in the simplest way first, and then as it gets nuanced, I figure it out from there. But for the most part, ramp will almost always be ramp. Actually, 31 lands. I forgot about this command beacon. Maybe there'll be another land that sneak through. Alright, that's all the ramp. Kind of light ramp, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, and some of it's like hardly even ramp, right? Like Lotus Petal and Spirit Guide. I wouldn't even say that's like necessarily ramp for the sake of being ramp. It's more like, as I said, just ways to like protect my commander in a pinch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 plus 2. Yeah, so debatably, I might need more. I think I forgot there might have been one more ramp spell. It's like an enchantment. I think I have one with nature in here, unless I cut it. But yeah, I'll get there when I get there. Alright, next, card draw. Card draw is an interesting one because Kosei is a card draw engine, so if the deck is doing good, I don't really need card draw. So yeah, there shouldn't be too much card draw on the deck. Aganosaur Rex is kind of card draw. 3 mana draw card. Yeah. No, because I don't. Yeah, I'd count Aganosaur Rex as card draw. Because like you're playing it for its ability, which means when you cast it, you essentially draw. It's like you could read it as 3 mana, draw a card, put +1 counter on a creature. So I think for that reason, yeah, I'm gonna go with card draw. Throne of Eldraine, I do actually use the card draw ability a bit in this deck. Oh, I forgot to put it in ramp, but no, I think I'm gonna have to go ramp. Yeah, I think Throne of Eldraine's more ramp than card draw. Keen Sense, yes, that is card draw. Even if it's like only gonna be card draw once Kosei's already drawing me cards, like it's still in there for its card draw part. Yuna's Whistle. I'm probably gonna be cutting Yuna's Whistle. All's Dust. Sylvan Library. Snake Umbra. It's like a worse Keen Sense. Yeah, one with nature. That's what I was thinking about for ramp. Yeah, okay. So yeah, as I was saying, super light card draw. Just 4. Aganosaur Rex is cool because it's also doing what my commander wants. And then yeah, these 2 are enchantments, so they would fulfill the enchantment part of getting Kosei equipped enchanted and having a counter on him. And then Sylvan Library, I think that just makes sense. Like, gotta look through some cards. Okay, interaction and removal. I guess not protection, because there is a lot of protection spells to protect Kosei. So I'm just gonna look for Things that destroy, disrupt. Yeah, that's sort of what I mean for this category here. Fight spell would go in there, but I don't think I really have too many fight spells. And the thinking behind that is I feel like every fight spell takes away from what my deck needs to do. So yes, I would love to remove creatures in a way, but I don't have enough slots to like to just be like filling them with removal spells like that, even though I know green's really good at fight spells. Okay, so a large part of my interaction category is fogs. The deck is very low on creatures, and I think it needs to be able to attack, and the defense isn't other creatures to block with, it's going to be fogging. The ones I'm running is Arachnogenesis. The ones I'm running are Arachnogenesis. Arachnogenesis I like because it does leave me with a bit of a board for like the next person's turn. So if I'm right in turn order, I attack, I pass, and 3 people want to attack me. This isn't maybe after the first attack. I'm looking at like maybe I'm pretty well situated in the game and I've established myself as the threat. This would probably be the first fog, so that way the next player would then have to deal with the spiders before they can get through on me. Tangle is such a powerful fog because I pretty much give myself 2 turns with Tangle instead of 1. Snag I like because it's free, so I think having a free fog is good. The reason I run it is for it to be free. I'm not saying it will be free every time. And then Moment's Peace, I wouldn't sneak it in there. Like I would probably discard it, and when I discard it, say, by the way, there's a Moment's Peace in my graveyard. Like I'd make it known. But then after that, I might just like leave it in there as like more a reminder to myself that I can fog from my graveyard. Beast Within, this is pretty much just for like a Glacial Chasm or a Maze of Ith, because that would just undo my whole deck. Nature's Claim, just some really cheap removal here with a Nature's Claim and a Force of Vigor. Just stuff that like can just slide in there and deal with the problem if it needs to be dealt with. You know, no, I gotta keep this beautiful Nature's Claim in some deck, so it's gonna be here. I was like, maybe I cut Nature's Claim. Also Force of Vigor, I feel like I've played this deck 4 times since I added it and never needed it, I guess. Yeah, but then All Is Dust, I think this is really good because if Kosei is dealt with and then it goes around the table and gets back to me and I'm just left there, all my enchantments that were on Kosei fell off, but all the equipment is still in play. Well, All Is Dust won't destroy all the equipment, but then it will kind of like help reset the table back to where I want it to be in order to get Kosei back out and start swinging again. And then just like equip him up and get back to it. So yeah, there's a green version that's kind of like All Is Dust that I thought about too. I think it's like each player chooses a color and then sacrifice all permanents that are more than just that color. That's a good one too, but I think All Is Dust is just king when it comes to board wipes and kind of breaking the color pie in the sense of it will get rid of what I needed to get rid of, versus green might struggle with destroying multiple creatures, for example. So yeah. Next category is just going to be ways to protect Kosei. Oh, Obscuring Haze, of course. Another fog effect. So yeah, I guess I count this as instant or sorcery speedways that just make it so Kosei can't be destroyed. And a lot of these ways sort of break the color, or break the what was I saying? Oh no, I was still focusing on breaking the color pie with the All Is Dust. A lot of these cards will do multiple things, so they'll kind of be, yes, protecting Kosei, but they'll also be like an enchantment equipment or put a +1 counter on Kosei, because that's sort of what this deck needs, which is why I feel like the deck is already so tight. So yeah, enchantments that have flash. We have, I think 3 of them. Yeah, well 4 if you count royal treatment, which I think you should, because that's sort of what I'm pointing out. So yeah, this one, royal treatment, equips a roll token, which is an enchantment. So this is a 1 mana way to give it hexproof, and then the royal token leaves it with ward 1. This is a really good one. Super cheap way to get Kosei equipped, like on someone's end step. I think that's also the reason. So yeah, you do want to protect Kosei, but then also sometimes like you want to pass with open mana with Kosei not equipped enchanted or +1, and then like they will feel maybe safe that you're far away from having it trigger, but then like you'll do it all on the end step right before your turn, so that way you can then go right into your turn and get the Kosei attack that you want to have. So Tiger Claws gives trample. Oh, this one, no, this is not a, okay. Serpent Skin, you can regenerate Kosei. The cool thing about regenerate is it keeps the counters, so that's kind of a cool one. And yeah, you can play it as an instant, so it's like old way of saying flash. It gets +1/+1, but that isn't a +1 counter, so all it's doing is just enchanting it and giving it the option to be regenerated. Airtight Alibi gives it hexproof, and +2/+2, and suspected, which I think is like, it can't be blocked, or it can't block, so it's not great, but it's more just that, yeah, it gives it hexproof, but it's just until end of turn. So and then yeah, so as we remember, royal treatment's good. Okay, now the artifact ones, I think there's just one. Or yeah, I mean, Swiftfoot Boots is sorcerer speed, so meh. But you know, it's Swiftfoot Boots. And then yeah, Mithril Coat's amazing. Really cool card for this deck. Okay, and then yeah, so now there's a lot of instants. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the good thing is 2 of these, I think it's Heroic Intervention and Tamiyo Safekeeping, target a permanent. So if someone's like, oh, well, we can turn off Kosei's attack by targeting the enchantment or the equipment instead of Kosei. This thing's just doing a big attack, but it won't do the Kosei ability. But you can protect those. So I think if you're sitting in a hand where you have like, what would you say, like a Meltstrider's Resolve and a Tamiyo Safekeeping, you want to be doing Meltstrider's Resolve first to protect Kosei if it's being destroyed. And then as a this is like your last piece of interaction you should always use if you have more than one, because it's just so good. But yeah, so this is sort of the protection suite I have. I think no notes, right? This one's good because it puts a +1 counter on Kosei too. I think a few of these do. +1 counter, +1 counter. Oh, this is enchantment. Shouldn't be in this category. My bad. I'll put that out of the way. So yeah, I guess just 9. Yeah, and then this one puts a +1 counter. So Snakeskin Veil, Biosynthetic Burst, and Guy's Gift all put a +1 counter in addition to protecting. And then these 2, as I was saying, protect the whole board. And then this one's good because you can put mana into Hex and make Kosei even bigger, like choose how big you want it to be. Or you can just pay a green and protect. And then overprotect is good because it can be defensive or offensive, if you need to give Kosei trample, or if you need to protect it like on not your turn. So that's sort of the thinking behind all those. I guess looking at these, the 2 I would probably maybe look to cut might be the Airtight Alibi and the Serpent Skin, because the mana cost is just kind of demanding for what they do. And then yeah, this is kind of I guess I have like a little bit of a regrowth package. I think there might be 1 or 2 more cards. Maybe not. I think there used to be. So maybe they're in the add pile of cards I pulled. Okay, so just 2. I do really like Praetor's Council. Does this deck need it though? That's tricky. I think if I'm gonna be adding some more regrowth cards, it might not need Praetor's Council. But I do really like it, especially if it gets down to like just me and another player and I top deck that. Like that's a really good card to get me back in the game. I think it's like with how much free cost cards I have too, that could be nice, and it gives no max hand size, which is really good for this deck. Yeah, I'll keep it in the deck for now, and then Balgad Recovery, always good. So now I'm gonna make a pile of enchantments and a pile of equipment, and each one kind of will do different things. Like they're not, how do I put this? There's so many enchantments and so many equipments in Magic that I was very selective with these. Like they're not just like chosen willy-nilly, I guess. But yeah, let me make the piles first and then I'll go over why each one's in here. And then I'll go through what I'll go through what I'm left with first actually. So yeah, enchantments and equipments. And then what do I have here? Scent of Ivy, this is a really good buff spell. Instant speed. If you've drawn a bunch of cards, you can just reveal them all and make Kosei huge. So I think that's sweet. I really like Scent of Ivy. Savage Summoning, you can flash Kosei in at end step and get a +1 counter on him with that. So cool. I think I would not run it if it didn't put a +1 counter, but because of that, I think it's good. Bridgeworks Battle is a fight spell as an MDFC. I guess this would go in interaction. I think, yeah, the only fight spell I run because it's an MDFC. Well, I think there might be an enchantment actually with a fight attached. Oh yeah. So Curse of the Werefox. It fights a creature and it puts a monster roll. So the monster roll is the enchantment. So it's cool because it's a fight spell that also puts an enchantment on Kosei. It is sorcery speed. But yeah, I'm kind of putting the enchantment. Do I put in the enchantment pile or do I put in the... I feel like I put some enchantments that protect in the... Yeah, if I have Mithril Coat in the protection pile, then I think I would put Curse of the Werefox in the disruption pile. Yeah, I think that's only fair. Okay, and then Tifa's Limit Break, kind of like Scent of Ivy, just a really good instant speed way to make Kosei bigger. The tricky thing is, for 1 mana you're only giving it 2/2. For 3 mana you're doubling it, but Scent of Ivy's 1 mana and it's pretty much double it. So Tifa's Limit Break is a little bit more expensive. I'm never needing to triple it, I don't think. So yeah, it's a 3 mana, deal double damage. I think that's good, but like I have cast it and it's been good for me once, but I don't know if I just got lucky that one time. Like maybe it was overkill and I would have won that game already, the one where I used it, but it does seem good. Genji Glove, there's been so many games where I just haven't had the mana. It's got double strike and additional combat, so it's like 4 Kosei triggers for the price of 10 mana. That's so much to ask. I really want it to be good, but I don't know. I'm gonna put the cuts in the middle and then put the ones I like on this side. Rings of Colonia, double duty and trample, right? So at the beginning of upkeep you put a +1 counter on Kosei. So that's good, and then it also gives trample, so it kind of does 3 things. Silver Shroud gives shroud and unblockable. Ooh, I think this might go in protection too. But yeah, great one. Flash speed also. Fire Shrieker. So yeah, this kind of does what Genji Glove does, but for half the mana. Because I think 2 attacks is enough. Like 4 is just unnecessary. Galadrim Bow I like because you can untap Kosei, so you can surprise block with it. So you can flash in the bow and auto equip, so you don't really have to worry too much about the equip too, because it's pretty much just flash it in for 3 and it comes in. And it gives reach. So in a way this is kind of interaction, because they won't be expecting you to be able to block with Kosei. I think it's kind of cool. But I might be cutting it depending on what I have to add. This Army of Heroes is nice because unlike Rings of Colonia, which you only get on the upkeep, this one you get on attack. So if you want to get the trigger like immediately, then this is a good one for 4 mana. Same with Glowcap Lantern, because exploring, reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land, otherwise put a +1 counter on this creature. So it's sometimes I'm like really hoping it's not a land, because I really want that +1 counter, which makes it a bit tricky, but it's such a low cost way to do it. 3 mana for an equipment that also puts a +1 counter is pretty good. And then this one's insane, because if there's a big creature in play, you turn Kosei from a 0/5 into whatever its power is, and then you also tap it down, so then you can probably get through on them. I like Conformer Shuriken a lot. Shuriken. Bone Sabers, attack, put 4 +1 counters for 6 mana. It's just too much mana. Like, I know it's good because it does 2 things, but it's too much mana. Basilisk Collar and Shadow Spear both give lifelink, which is so important for this deck. So they'll both stay in. And they're just really inexpensive to cast and play. 1 to play, 2 to equip. It's good. So yeah, these are the ones I might be cutting. Galadrim Bow, Bone Sabers, Genji Glove. The bow might stay, but these two are too much to play and equip. Alright, Lion Umbra. +3 vigilance and reach for 2 mana and Umbral Armor. Umbral Armor is like if it would be destroyed, this gets destroyed instead. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I think especially the vigilance I like on this. But I'm gonna put it in the pile with Galadrim Bow because it only does 1 thing, not 2, and the 1 thing is maybe not good enough. The 1 thing being enchant. Like, it doesn't put counters on also. Hydra's Growth isn't enter, put a +1 counter on enchant creature. And then I'll upkeep you doubled number of +1 counters. It's kind of cool, but it's 3 mana for 2. Yeah, I think this stays. Enchantments, you want to have a little bit more enchantments than artifacts because, than equipment, because if Kosei dies, the enchantments go to graveyard, whereas if Kosei dies, the equipment stay on board. Strong Back is like the best card in the whole deck, hands down. Protect Strong Back and only play it if you know you can get the Kosei attack, I guess. Because if you play Strong Back and you can't get the Kosei attack, then that's such a waste of Strong Back. Bear Umbra is so good because you need that mana in your second main phase. Rancor is almost as good as Strong Back because it'll keep coming back to your hand. Forced Adaptation's super inexpensive and does both things, so that's pretty sick. And then Super State is like almost overkill, but I feel like it's so cool that you have to give it a try. Because how cool would that be to get an attack with Kosei, do Kosei's trigger and then also Super State trigger? That's awesome. That's I mean, I guess it's awesome, but it's also kind of just roaming throne. So why wouldn't I just run? Oh, because it gives flying, first strike, trample, and haste, and makes it 9 more power. Yeah, that's I think the important part. That's why it's better than roaming throne. Ooh, a 1 mana equipment or enchantment that fights. Enchantment +2 can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, and it fights. Yeah, that's crazy for 1 mana. I added this recently, and I haven't played with it yet, but I like that a lot. And then I think Tiger's Claws is cool because it gives trample, and you can do it at flash speed. So you can attack with Kosei with it just equipped and have a counter. And they say no blocks. And then you boom, flash in Tiger Claws for 3. But I don't know. I also like the art. I think it's kind of cool. I'm gonna put it with these. This is like my maybe. This is my for sure cuts. I'll put it with Eunice Whistle. And then Dominable Might, super cool. Also flash it in. Also kind of does what Tiger's Claws does for 1 more mana, but you get 2 more power, and it's just straight up unblockable as opposed to trample. Well, they block, but the damage will still happen. It's like better trample in a way. Alright, so Serpent Skin, probably gonna get cut. Airtight Alibi, probably gonna get cut. Tiger's Claws, probably gonna get cut. Lion Umber, gonna get cut. Goblin Bow, maybe gonna get cut. These would be ones I'm okay cutting, I guess, depending on what I can find to add. But yeah, just looking through my piles, seeing if there's anything I missed that I'm not too hyped on. Maybe the Force of Vigor and the Nature's Claim. And Snag is cool because it's free, but I don't feel like I've ever actually cast it, so. I think all these spells are good. Yeah. Maybe Rings of Colonia could go. Cool. So these would be ones I'm okay cutting. Now the hard part. Oh my god. Alright, now the hard part. I'm gonna need a lot of room for laying out all these cards that I might want to add. Oh boy. What do we have here? An enchantment that puts +1 counters. Giant's Inheritance, which will always come back. No, I'll just lay them out and then I'll go through things. Because I might want to save time and just lay them out and then pull some out that I change my mind about immediately. There's no way I can fit these all here. Too many cards. Alright, cool. I have Tifa's Limit Break already. Alright, have a Lotus Petal. That's the spicy land I was thinking about adding. There's too many, what the heck? This deck is so cool, but yeah, I don't know. I think Epic Proportions is like too funny for what I'm trying to do, but like that's so cool. You can flash in. I like the art too. It's crazy. People complain about foils now, but this is a Warwind card and it's foiling pretty bad. But yeah, I don't think I can have that. The Tabernacle I genuinely might put in. This deck has like so few creatures. But one of the things I was thinking about adding is more creatures, so I'll put like Leaned Up here as like a think about it later. This is a new one. What does this guy do? When it enters, you make a mutagen, which is like you sack it and you put a +1 counter on a creature. If 1 or more +1 counters will be put on creature you control. I don't really care about like more counters. I just want the mutagen token, I guess. So then it just becomes a sorcery speed way to give Kosei +2/+2. It's like not actually that good. Carpet of Flowers might be nice. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains trample and indestructible and +2/+0. I like this because the trample means you attack. Your attack is good if you want to flash it in on your turn. And then the indestructible means the defense is good if you want to use it as a save your commander. So it's a 3 mana kind, almost modal, I want to say. I like that. This is a 5 mana fog that would yank out all your basics from your deck. It's kind of hard to figure out when I would need that. Unless they came in untapped. No, I think 5 is too much. I think I ran it for a bit and I was never able to cast it because 5 is just too much mana. Alright, choose one. Instant speed. Destroy an artifact or enchantment or play +1 counter on a creature you control and it gets indestructible. This is just probably better than Nature's Claim in my deck, I think. So yeah, that'll probably get added. I think Noxious Revival is good. Once again, just free spells are good in this deck. Mark of Sakiko versus one with nature. So I run one with nature and I don't run Sakiko. I think it's because it's 1 more mana than one with nature. And I don't know if I need to cast a bunch of things in my second main. So I would lose that mana because I think the cards I draw after attacking with Kosei are ways to protect Kosei to get back to my turn to attack with Kosei again. So I don't think Mark of Sakiko is doing it. This is a really cool foil I got called Raffello's Gift. It kind of reminds me of Scent of Ivy. You reveal green cards to get an effect. So yeah, you reveal any number of green cards and then you return an enchantment card from your graveyard for each green card revealed. So yeah, once again, as I was saying, this deck you need to reveal, or you need a bunch of enchantments because they get destroyed easier than equipment. So this can be a fun way to get them back. I think the thing is you only need 1 back, you don't need like 3 back. So I would rather just a Noxious Revival or a Regrowth over trying to get like back like 3 when all I really need is 1. So yeah, I don't really think I need that. Loam Crafter Fawn. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard 1 or more lands. When you do, return that many target non-land permanents from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, I guess the thinking here is you attack with Kosei and you draw a bunch of cards, and then you would play this and discard like the 5 extra lands that you'd be discarding on end step anyway to get back like some cards that you actually care about. This one's better than the Raffello's Gift, I guess, because you can get multiple and you're left with a creature. I'm not opposed to it, so I'll leave it as a maybe. I think I like Eldrazi Conscription. It's kind of mean with the Annihilator too, but the +10/+10 and Trample is like nice and it's a cool art. Forgotten Ancient's a little slow. Depends on if I want more creatures. I'm gonna go maybe. This dude's kind of funny. It's like it's a chunkier Birds of Paradise if you think about it. So I'd be playing this on the turn I would be playing Kosei because it's 3 mana, which is fine because I don't usually play Kosei on 3 anyway. Like, yeah, that might get added. It's a better blocker than like a Mana Dork, and I don't really need to be like playing a Mana Dork on 1, so I don't mind that. Tanuki Transplanter, I ran this guy for a bit too. When Tanuki Transplanter or equipped creature attacks, add an amount of green equal to its power. Until your next turn, you don't lose mana. Okay, so it does what Mark of Sakiko does, but as an equipment, and then it's also a creature. But it's 4 to play and 3 to equip. If I'm not running Mark of Sakiko, why would I run something that costs 7 mana? Alright, do I want another of these effects? Whenever an opponent casts a creature spell, put +1 counter on enchanted creature. No, this one's even worse than the one that does it on upkeep. Which I forgot if I'm cutting or not. No, I think I'm keeping it. Yeah. Alright, Roaming Throne. I'm gonna go maybe on this. A 4 mana, because I'm running Fire Shrieker, which does it for 5 mana. Yeah. Yeah, because, okay. These 3 cards are like that Pam from The Office gif. Where she's like, it's the same image, right? they're all doing that thing where it's like double the effect, just in different ways. So Roaming Throne is the least expensive way to do it. Fire Shrieker's 1 more mana, but it also gives me an equipment, and then Super State gives me an enchantment, and it gives me a huge buff to the power. So Roaming Throne doesn't actually bring that much to the table because it's not an enchantment or equipment. I think I'm gonna go no on Roaming Throne. And then Giant Inheritance, 5 mana. It's like a 5 mana Rancor. Yeah. A 5 mana Rancor that gives +6/+6. Nah. I don't need it. Okay, first batch done. I have a smaller pile, which is good. So that was helpful. Let's lay out some more cards and keep going. Bender's Water Skin, Paradise Mantle, Truth and Justice, Pip-Boy. I think I already have a Pip-Boy in here. Check. I think I already have a Pip-Boy. Did I cut the Pip-Boy? Ooh, I think I might have cut the Pip-Boy. I had it and then I cut it. Maybe I'll put it back in. Soul Cleaver, Ether Spark, Phenomenon Recorder, Silk Guard, Generous Visitor, Bedrock Tortoise, Shape of Wittico, Summon Fenrir, Reap, Split the Spoils. Okay, I'm gonna do this and then there'll be one more batch of cards after, and then I'll have to go back through the finalists and choose some. Silk Guard, why? Okay, I used to run this, right? So it puts a +1 counter on a creature for 1 mana at a minimum. That's good. If you think of it like that, it's a good card. Aura, equipment, and modified creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn. It doesn't save it from a board wipe, which I think is the big thing. And there's been a few times where I thought it did. So I think if I remind myself, it doesn't save it from a board wipe, and I treat it more like, just, oh yeah, that's why it's bad, right? Because like how do I, like, if someone's gonna, you don't need the X part of this really. Like it's kind of just a 2 mana card is really how you should think about it. Because, oh no, it's a 1 mana. It's a, yeah, it should be a 2 mana card at best. You pay X = 1, put the +1 counter on Kosei, and then you're using it as a way to protect one of your equipment. So you can protect an equipment, or you can put a counter on Kosei, or you can do both, if depending on if you pay 1 mana for just having it be the protection, or 2 for the X = 1 to put a counter on Kosei. So that's sort of what it is and how I need to think about it. And maybe if I do that, then I won't mess it up. Is this Kosei being protected by Silk Guard? That guy kind of looks like him. No, I think this guy's ears are more prominent, maybe. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I think this might be good enough. Generous Visitor is cool because it turns every enchantment you have into also putting a counter on a creature. I think a lot of my enchantments already do it though, so I don't know if I need this. I like Water Skin because I think that I have enough instants that I'm trying to cast every turn, and then I can also use it as a mana rock on my turn. So I think this is a good one for this deck. This is interesting. 6 mana to put 6 counters on a creature, and at the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1 counter on enchanted creature if it attacked or blocked since your last upkeep. So yeah, I would just keep getting bigger. I think it's more, I just thought the art is so gnarly. The autofocus doesn't like this guy. Yeah, that's some sick art. But yeah, so it's an enchantment that also puts counters on for 6 mana and a lot of counters for sure. But I mean, I sound like a broken record, but this deck just doesn't really need a lot of things if it's already doing the thing. Like it will get big. That's not the issue. The issue is getting it to have the 3 consistently, and then like dealing with people killing it and then needing to like do it again. Yeah. So Paradise Mantle, I think this one's neat because it's such an inefficient way to get it equipped. But then also you can use this to like help build up a little bit first before you have the big Kosei attack. I used to run it. Yeah, I think I like it enough to think about putting it back in. Alright, another Roaming Throne. This one's only 3 mana. Whoa. I mean, I'm cutting Roaming Throne because it's not doing enough at 4 mana, so do I keep this for doing this at 3 mana? Yeah, I think I would. I think that's good enough to consider keeping. Alright, Pip-Boy. When it attacks, you can choose to put a counter on that creature. So it's on attack, you get the counter, so then before damage it would have both modes. I like that. Or you can just use it to untap the lands. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have cut Pip-Boy. I don't know what I was thinking. And Soul Cleaver is too slow. Yeah, because it does put the counter on the equipped creature, as opposed to like... So if Soul Cleaver leaves play, the creature still keeps the counters, I guess, which is nice. Unlike Luxior's Gift, I guess. But it relies on things I can't control, artifacts and creatures being put in graveyard, so I don't know if that'll be good enough. If I want the equipment to put the counter on, I want it to do it like more immediately. Like that's why I might be cutting Rings of Colonia, because it's an upkeep trigger versus right, like versus Army of Erois, which does it immediately, or on attack, like so when I need it. Aether Spark. Why would I not want Aether Spark? It's an equipment that puts a counter on. It's attached. Yeah. Why would I not want Aether Spark? I think because the Planeswalkers are just never going to hang around. So like, yes, I would play it. Yes, I would attach it to Kosei. And yes, I'd probably have a cool attack. But I wouldn't be able to use the second or the third until after... until the next turn, and I don't think that Aether Spark would get back around till my next turn, so I'm just playing it as like a 4 mana way to equip and put a counter on Kosei. And then just it will die, so I don't know if I like that. Sword of Truth and Justice gives protection from white and blue. Those are good colors. Ooh, it doesn't get the counter and proliferate until after I've dealt damage. Dang. Yeah, that will not be good enough. What do we have here? Bedrock Tortoise. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control have hexproof. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness. So it kind of just buffs Kosei and gives him indestructible because he's a 0/5. So it buffs Kosei by 5, most likely. And gives him hexproof on my turn, and it's a good blocker. Yeah, that might be an ad. Summon Fenrir. I like this guy because chapter 1 I ramp. Chapter 2 I would then play Kosei. He would enter with a counter, and then chapter 3 I would probably not draw a card realistically. But yeah, so it's a creature that will ramp me and also make Kosei get a counter. I think that's neat. Reap. Return any number of cards in your graveyard to your hand. I don't have control over Reap. And then split the spoils. Exile top 5 permanent cards. Up to 5 permanent cards from your graveyard and separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of the piles and put that card into your hand, the other into your graveyard. So yeah, I would choose one pile with an enchantment and equipment, and one pile with an enchantment and equipment. and then put like a removal or protection spell or a fog effect in like one of the piles that is like a little bit worse, and then see which pile they give me. I like that. Yeah, okay, so that's the next batch, and then here's the last one. Hopefully I can fit these all on the map. Great Aurora, Seismic Tutelage, and World War Hulk. Okay, let's address this eyesore first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what was I thinking? I was thinking that this deck doesn't have many creatures, like very few, maybe like 3. I know there's I'm not counting Spirit Guide. This guy, Biophagus, is a mana dork that puts a counter on Kosei. That might be it. So I was like, a big issue with this deck is getting attacked and not being able to block. So at least then I could have mana dorks that can block. But each mana dork takes away from a possible enchantment equipment or +1 counter. I'm gonna hold off for now. We'll see how my practice game goes, and if I regret not having more blockers. Everyone says this card is sick, Terra Symbiosis, because all you really need is even just 1 counter and you draw a card. That is pretty good. But yeah, so I'm never really doing a lot of counters, so I would never draw a lot. I wish I could run this card in a deck. I wish I had a deck that cared about more +1 counters, but I don't think this will do as many as I'd like. The Ooze. 2 mana. When a creature you control with a +1 counter on it leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token for each +1 counter on it. Exile target card from a graveyard, create a mutagen token. Why would I not just run Agatha's Soul Cauldron? I aggressively tap that card. Let me go. Yeah, it's the same mana cost as Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And I could get a +1 counter on Kosei with Agatha's Soul Cauldron too. No, I don't know about the Ooze. It is graveyard hate. It is graveyard hate. And that would be fun to have Kosei die and just have all these mutagens, and then like the next turn just replay Kosei. I'll think about it. Great Aurora, nah. That's too much, man. I don't think this deck has enough permanence to lever. Oh, wait, no, because it counts cards in hand too. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about it. If I can play Great Aurora with like 15 cards in hand, if like I'm at a point where recasting Kosei is going to cost so much and I don't like the cards in my hand and it's just a bunch of lands, then yeah, this might be like a huge play. And it's a board wipe too. Yeah, I like this, I think. Alright, Ancient Animus. Put a +1 counter on target creature you control. If it's legendary, it fights up. So it's a fight spell that puts a counter on. Yep, I think I need a little bit more of that. When the sword enters, put a +1 counter on enchanted creature. When an enchanted creature attacks, double the number of +1 counters on it. Nah. 4 mana is too much. I'm not trying to double the counters, I just want 1. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. That will never happen, because, yeah. And then whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. There are a lot of enchantments, but if the equipment won't trigger it. It will probably draw me more cards than Terra Symbiosis would. Yeah, I might want that. I might want that. World War Hulk. Put 3 counters on a creature you control. The next creature you can... So it makes casting Kosei free, and then the turn after it puts counters on him. And then turn after it doubles. Yeah, I think this is really good for this deck. Kosei's kind of like Hulk too. Yeah. T5 power armor +3. And it puts a counter on for 5 mana. That's good. What was I doing cutting that? I think I was too scared about the part where it doesn't untap, but I think Kosei will... That's the same reason I think Phenomenon Recorder is good. I think 3 attacks with Kosei is all a game will let you have. So yeah, I think either Kosei dies and power armor would just fall off anyway, or oh, it's only 2 attacks because you get 2 power. Yeah, still, I think, yeah, 2 attacks with Kosei is all I'm getting. 2, 3, whatever. That's the point. Okay, cool. So I trimmed out all these cards. That's pretty good. But I'm still left with all of these cards, which is not very good. Some of these have sleeves, so it's a little bit thicker of a pile. Of course. And yeah, I do think I want to have Tabernacle, Tendril Veil in this deck. I need to check the game changers real quick, because I do have a Chrome Mox in here. Here's game changer. Do I have all 3 game changer slots? Do I? I don't have any. Okay, I have Chrome Mox. I think that's it. Alright, cool, yeah. So I'm going to be playing Tabernacle in. I just want to slow people down a bit. And this deck runs so few creatures, it just makes sense. Okay, 1, 2. I'm going to lay them out. Count up how many. Look at how many I have to take out. See how many of these won't make it in. Be sad, and then come up with a game plan. Oh, there's too many cards. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm almost double over here. This is so sad. What are the best ones? The best ones. No, okay. That's good for now. What are the worst ones? What are the worst ones? The thing I wanted to look at. I think I'm cutting a lot of auras, and I need to make sure that I replace that deficiency for. Yeah, I would be cutting 4 auras. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might want to leave Lion Umbra in. I would be cutting 4 equipment. Yikes. 4 ores and 4 equipment, and then what do I have to show for it? I'd be adding 1 equipment and 1 and 2 and 1 aura so far. Yeah, that's not good. So I need to actually probably leave some of these in. I think Lion Umbra or Airtight Alibi. I think I would go with Lion Umbra. Vigilance Reach is really nice. But this is good too. The Airtight Alibi is nice. I think I'd rather Airtight Alibi, yeah. This was, yeah, protection, yeah. Okay, so now I'm down to 11, and then, yeah, I need to leave one of these equipment in. This one costs 3, and this one costs 3. This one gives trample and a +1 counter, this one surprise blocks. And it's gonna be Rings of Colonia. I'm not happy about it, but if I'm gonna be cutting so many, I can't be yeah, I can't be like leaving a gap in my deck of something it needs. Okay, what else here? Summon Fenrir, pretty cool. Ramp and a +1 counter is fun. T5 power armor. I'm gonna separate the equipment here. One of these two might make it. These are all good counters too. Like Menace is good, Lifelink is good. And +3/+3 is really good. +3/+3 Menace for 5 mana. Too much mana. Too much. Okay, what else? World War Hulk. 5 mana to play my commander probably like the 2nd or the 3rd time. If it's the 3rd time, it's worth it. If it's the 2nd time, I think it's still worth it because it's like play your commander and then next turn put 3 counters on it. If it's the 1st time I would be playing Kosei, is it still worth it? Maybe, honestly. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool card. Do I need 2 board wipes? Each player shuffles all the cards from their hand and all permanents into their library and then draws that many cards. No, I feel like the bad thing about this is if an opponent has more value out of it than me, then it didn't do its job. And there's a very good chance it will give an opponent more value than me. Pip-Boy I might be putting in. Silkguard I might be putting in. Arthur, stop, you're adding too many cards. You have to slow down. Oh no. The Bovine. Will he make it? Oh. I really want this guy to make it, but I'm not sure, man. I don't think so. I don't think the Bovine will make it. Fenrir might make it though. Split the Spoils might make it. Just a good old-fashioned 2-mana fight spell, that might make it too. Okay. I was able to cut out like 4, so I'm getting somewhere, but it's tough. I knew this was going to be a tough upgrade video. I think Eldrazi Conscription might have to go. I think it would either be Eldrazi Conscription or Super State, and I would rather Super State over Conscription. Carpet of Flowers, are they really going to have islands for me? They might. Is this doing enough ramp? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 13. I think I'm down to 10 now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just need to cut 3 of these cards. 3 of these guys won't make it. Surely I can do that. Put +1 card against indestructible. So this is good. I think it might be the Hulk. It's good, but I guess my thinking is I have so many ways to put counters on the creatures already that like the deck doesn't need more. It needs more equipment and enchantments. Two more. Carpet flowers. I think this is flowers is good. Paradise Mantle's good. Pip-Boy might be good. Bender's Waters. I really like Bender's Water Skin, I think. This is for sure going in. I think based on having Silk Guard before and seeing it not be good enough, but every time I misplayed with it, now I know I won't misplay with it and it might be good. Yeah, if I really like Tamiyo Safekeeping, I think this is doing what Tamiyo Safekeeping does. So yeah, I think I leave that in. This one's staying in for sure. So 5 more cards here. This one because I'm cutting Nature's Claim and Force of Vigor. This one because it's free. 3 more cards. This one probably not. This one's a maybe, man. 2 mana to double is so good. That's so good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, what's up with that Parker camera? I need to look that card up. I thought, like, isn't it the same thing? Parker's camera, MTG. Peter Parker's camera. This artifact enters with 3 film counters. Remove a film counter. Copy target, activate, or triggered ability. What's the difference between that and Phenomena Recorder? It's like the same thing, right? Phenomena Recorder. Yeah, what the heck? Oh, it is the same card. What? How did... Oh, it's through the Omen Paths. Omen Paths. Okay, I was like, did they just like give a card a functional reprint? Okay, so this is Peter Parker's camera. Alright. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more cards. Which one isn't gonna make it? A fight spell, a ramp spell with a creature, or Pip-Boy? Draw a card, discard a card, put +1 card on top. All 3 of these modes are good. I think this stays in. Playing this for just the first 2 modes and losing value on the 3rd mode feels like doing the card a disservice. Like, I don't know if I would want to play a card that looks like this. 3/2 for 3 mana that ramps and puts a counter on. Yeah, no. So then yeah, I'll do this one. Cool. Okay. Somehow I figured out 10 cards to add. Go me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it is. Kosei new and improved. So now the plan is I'm gonna shuffle up, go look for a game, and and give these swaps a test and see how it goes. All right, let's start, guys. Right?
Yep. I will start then. Okay, creature. I'll do Colony Garden and just enter tap to give me a plant and pass.
Alright. Draw. Gonna go ahead and play a Rejuvenating Springs, which comes in untapped. Tap that for a Wild Growth and pass.
Draw for turn. We'll go Flooded Strand, we'll crack it, pay a life, and search for Island or Plains.
Yep.
Pass.
I'll play a Forest and pass. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be...
I will play the backside of Malakir Reapers, Malakir Mire, and pass.
Just casting like a Nature's Lore on turn 2. Playing
Shock in
my
a
commander,
Demons.
having a mana up for the Royal Treatment, and that on
for
end
3
step,
and
going
play my
to
commander,
play the
Shiki
Conformer
Teamer's War.
Shuriken.
So she has kind of 3 abilities. Whenever I cast a creature spell, I get a 1/1 counter on her. And
I've seen
if
this
that
deck.
creature has power 4 or
good.
greater, I also draw a card. And if it has power 6 or greater, she also deals her power in damage to all opponents.
Yeah, I'm just now finally
I'm
seeing what
gonna
everyone's commander does and realizing
I'm gonna get Ketri and Triumph.
we got some strong decks out here. Eshki is crazy. Yeah.
Alright. Shuffle.
Yeah, Eshka is a really strong deck.
Alright.
Or Eshki. And we're not really in the colors
Draw.
to stop them too, so yeah, it's gonna be tricky. But it's
I guess why not? We will go.
maybe like 2 turns away from being like a genuine threat. But that's the
Swamp.
same turn I'll be doing the Conformer Shuriken, so hopefully
2.
that turn I'll be able to attack them back.
We'll go ahead and throw down a Ghost Shintai of Boundless Vigor. It just says when he's at the beginning of my end step, I can pay 1. If I do, I can put a plus and plus a counter on target shrine I control for each shrine I control. Pass turn.
Okay.
Alright, draw. I'll play a Forest into a Nature's Lore and pass.
I'm gonna do Forest, tap 2
Drawing
for
Forest
Wizard Bloom
again.
Apprentice, and pass.
Keep drawing lands.
Are you playing the Chain of Smog as well?
No, I don't think having Chain of Smog or Sprout Colony in here, or Spouse Form, would probably be bracket 3. No.
No.
I think infinite creatures and infinite Magecraft
I
triggers.
do agree with you on that. Gonna go ahead and draw. Gonna play a tapped Ketri, Triome. Then I kind of feel bad for doing this, but I don't really have anything else to do. So I'm gonna tap 3 and play a Scrap Shooter. Or well, I actually don't have to gift the card. Yeah, might as well do it. Man with the Shrine. I'm going to gift you a card, and I am also going to, or well, first there's a trigger on Eshki, so I'm going to draw a card and get a 1/1 counter on it. Since that's a cost trigger.
Yeah, so every
And then
creature
when it
probably
enters
draws him
the
a card.
battlefield,
I'd imagine.
I'm going to gift the card to you and destroy your enchantment creature.
Well, my card.
Yeah, I think it's the
Shintai
only
of
real
Boundless
target.
Vigor. Yeah, it is. Then I am going to go ahead and pass. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow with all the triggers in this deck, but it's the second time I'm playing this deck. Just got the cards yesterday, so I'm still kind of in the testing phase of it.
Alright. Is that everything you wanted to do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Untap.
Yeah, Eshki's
Draw.
strong. I need a fog effect soon.
As good as die.
What do I? Yeah, I need evasion too. might have to attack someone else, honestly. No, because I don't even have trample.
These changes. I guess I'll go.
How would that work? I would want to tap
2.
down.
I'll cast a Destiny Spinner and pass.
Just figure it out as I go. I think that's all I can do. Alright, drop. Oh my god, it's like last game. So many lands. I'll play Forest, tap 3, play Kosei, and pass.
Well, we can have all forests now.
Oh, good.
And tap 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was just worrying about
just
how
gonna
many
harmonize.
forests I have.
Then everybody loses 1 and I gain 1. Oh, I'm one.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
and
right. That's why the
pass.
person was saying the thing about the chain of smog. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Harmonize.
Tap, upkeep, and draw.
So he's drawn more cards than Eshkeep. Eshkeep might change that right here. Draw more cards than him.
Just gonna go ahead and tap 2, cast a Fanatic of Ronas, and I'm gonna get another 1/1 counter on Eshki.
Doesn't trigger.
Then I'm just gonna pass.
This might be like the only
Tap.
turn where I get
Draw.
to attack. It's a 4/4. That would make mine a 4/4. So trade with HQ, which I don't know if he would want. No, he would. He would be fine with that, right? Dang.
With a Delta bracket, lose another life. We'll go search out for another land and pass.
I think I have to, yeah. This might be my only chance. Oh. On end step, I'm gonna pay 1, cast Royal Treatment. Royal Treatment says target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn, and I make a Royal roll. Royal roll says +1/+1 and ward 1.
I like that card.
I got this like Wilds of Eldraine lunchbox from Beetles and Grimm. Beetle and Grimm.
I wanted to get that one.
Yeah.
They were out of stock.
And it came with like this like spin down thing, which I never use. I don't know. I think it's
the
kind
one
of cool.
I got the one for Bloomburrow. Came
Oh,
with fish.
cool. Nice. Then yeah, I draw for turn. And I'll play a land. And I'll pay 2 for Conformer Shuriken. When equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. If that creature has a greater power than this creature, put a number of +1 counters equal to the difference. I'll pay 2 to equip it to Kosei. And I'll go to combat. Eshiki, I'm gonna tap down your 4/4 next to Eshiki, the scrap shooter, and attack you.
Sure. So how much damage
It
is
would
coming
be
my way?
a 4/4.
4/4.
Isn't that a lot tougher than a 4/4?
A 4/9. Good point. I always
4/9.
or-
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, 4/9.
4/8.
I'll just take that.
Okay. Damage. You'll take 4. Heibai takes 4, and Beladros takes 4. And I draw 4.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I played a land already. But I could do kind of the cool stuff this deck can do, which is play a Mox Diamond, discarding a Nykthos, and play a Lotus Petal. When you draw a lot of cards, you need to play a lot of cards. I'll pass.
Sure, why not? Dark Ritual.
Alright.
And play my commander. That was pretty lucky.
Take 1 off the Dark Rit.
Yep. Everybody takes 1 and I gain 1.
Alright.
And we'll tap 1 for audience with Tristani. I get another plant.
I
Everybody
gotta do
loses
my
1.
cool thing, so that's
And
fun.
I gain 1.
Now
And then I draw 2 cards.
we'll see
Or
if
1 card.
I'm more scary
And I'll pass.
than
Alright.
Beladros player, because Beladros player looks pretty scary now, but...
Keep and draw.
Alright, so I have a Pip-Boy and a 1 with
To
nature.
play a Cascade Bluffs as land for turn. Then I am going to tap for a total of 8 with 4 from the Fanatic of Ronas. Cast Maelstrom Wanderer.
Oh boy.
So Eshki trigger goes on the stack, which I am going to resolve before. Or can I pick the order? Although since Cascade, he has Cascade.
Cascade's on cast, so
Yeah, and Eshki is also on.
yeah,
cast.
you can choose.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go ahead and resolve the Eshki trigger first. So uptick, draw, and everybody's gonna take 5. Then I am going to resolve the first Cascade. So that is going to be a tempt with discovery. So I'm gonna search my library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Each opponent may search their library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield.
How does it resolve?
that's any
Do we
land.
all show at the same time, or does it go you show, Heibai shows, Kosei shows, then Beladros shows?
No, so I think I remember it goes in like. So he goes first, and we see.
Yeah.
He names it, and then it goes around the table. and
Okay.
play
So
around.
I'm obviously gonna search, and then you guys choose.
You know what? I'm gonna. If
You have to put it on the battlefield.
Ah,
We
sorry.
do this first.
There we go. Flooded Grove.
All right.
You know what? As long as you agree to not to blow any more of my shit up for a while, I'll go ahead and give you another land.
I'm not.
That's a weird deal. I don't know if that makes
definitely-
sense.
That I can definitely agree on. So it was just a bad stroke of luck with the scrap shooter because it was the only thing I could play. So I'll definitely agree to that.
But you don't know what they get. Like, what if their next turn is like just totally steamrolling you or something?
Oh, that's fair. But to be fair, I don't have that much removal in the deck.
I see. So it's a deal that you don't really have to. Yeah.
It's the deal I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to not follow through on.
Yeah. All right, so you're getting land. I think that leaves me at the point where I would ask Beladros what they're going to do, and if they feel like telling me, then I might do something based off what they want. So I guess I would ask, are you going to get a land, Beladros?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I kind of need more black mana.
You are going to?
Yeah. I
Okay.
kind of got some spells in my hand that cost 2 pips, and
Then I will get a land. So when do we say what our land is?
you have to choose your land before I do. It goes in turn order.
Okay, hey, bye. What land did you get?
I'm gonna get a spectator seating.
Okay, I'm going to get a Tabernacle
Do
of
I have
Pentrol
to
Vale.
get land after the
Oh.
one of you?
I just
Okay.
added it, and it feels like it will do what it needs to this game. So, yeah,
Wait, what do I got land-wise in here?
there's a Pest deck and an Eshki deck. I feel like.
Oh, but yeah, this will fix my swamp problem. I'm gonna get reward.
They are gonna come in untapped as well, and for the
Oh, and it's a
lands I'm
forest
picking,
too, because of
a
Yavimaya.
reading pool, a Mossworth Bridge, and a Rockfall Vale. So the Mossworth Bridge is gonna come in. I do need to shuffle my deck before I do the hideaway, of course.
Yo, my board is kind of nuts, right? I've got a Mox and Diamond, a Lotus Petal, and a Tabernacle in play. What is this? But hey, I kind of have
Going
to.
to hideaway 4.
If he's gonna give me a free land tutor and there's a Yavimaya in
to
play,
exile
like,
one
come
card
on.
face down, and the rest goes, what is it, bottom on my library? Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I need trample though. So I can tap down
So
the
that
Mouse
was
with
the
Wonder,
first
in theory.
Cascade trigger. and the second one is going to be a Teamer Battle Crier. That is going to come in. And that is, and since that's a cost, I am gonna get another counter on Eshki, and I'm gonna draw a card as well. Then I am going to...
Yeah, not having trample is pretty bad here.
I'm gonna tap 3, and I am going to cast Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. So when it enters the battlefield, I sacrifice it unless it's escaped, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then I may put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield.
So it's gonna
cast trigger first on Eshki.
deal 7 to
I'm
us,
gonna
right?
get a counter, draw a card, and you're each gonna take 7 damage.
What's
Then-
making us deal the 7 damage?
That's Eshki's last trigger, so she has kind of 3 effects. The last one reads, so if the spell's power is 7 or greater, Eshki deals damage equal to Eshki's power to each opponent.
Oh,
And
okay.
currently that's 7.
I think my hope would
And
be...
then it's gonna enter the battlefield. I'm
Oh
gonna gain
no, I was gonna
3
say, my
life,
hope would be
draw
he
a
swings at
card,
me, but that might
and
actually
then
kill me
it's
if he
going to
does.
be sacrificed since it wasn't escaped. And that is...
It'd be 7.
Who was it that
14.
swung on me before? It was you, Kosei, right?
Yep.
Then I am going to send a little bit back at you, just to make it even. I'll send the 4/4 scrap shooter your way.
Sounds good. Take 4.
Alright. And then I'm gonna pass.
Unfortunate. My Conformer can only tap down one of them, so I would probably go for his commander, because I would want him to block with Maelstrom Wonder, ideally.
We will go.
You have to pay 1
As far
to
as
keep
I-
the Destiny Spinner because of Tabernacle.
There.
It's not for you, but yeah. I
You're
do
just
have
gonna punish me in the process.
Yeah, in the process, yeah.
White green. Sit this. And then white. Cast Sanctum of a Tranquil Light.
This might be a fast game.
Sit this, I'll gain a life and draw a card. So Tranquil Light says I can pay 6, I can tap a creature. This this ability decreases for each shrine I control. And I will pass my turn.
Alright.
Yeah, if I can't find evasion here. Alright. Untap. Pay 1 for Kosei and draw. Okay. That solves a problem. No, that's not enough. Darn it. Okay. I could do that and then that. Okay. I'll play Reliquary Tower. Because he's got 5 power, so I could kill the Maelstrom Wonder. Okay. Yeah, I'll do 3 for Bridgeworks Battle. That would have Kosei fight the Maelstrom Wander.
Let's see.
It gives it +2/+2 also until end of turn.
Yeah, sure. So your guy survives, mine dies.
Yeah. So mine's 5/6 power now. Okay. I'll pay 1 to put Pip-Boy into play. I'll pay 2 to equip the Pip-Boy to Kosei. I'll go to combat and send Kosei at you, Eshki. On attack, I'll tap down the Teamer Battle Crier with the Conformer Shuriken.
So how large is he right now?
He is... there's also an attack trigger from Pip-Boy. Let me do that first. I'll draw a card and discard a card.
Eshki, he did say Teamer Battle Crier, not your card.
Yeah, Teamer
sorry,
Battle
sorry.
Crier.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
He's 5, 6. He's 6 power.
6 power. Yeah, I'll just take 6.
Okay. Each opponent takes 6 and I'll draw 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll put that 2 out of the way because that was a temporary buff. I did play a land. It was the Reliquary Tower. Yeah. I'll play a Mox Opal. I'll pass.
Alright,
Tabernacle.
yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. All my lands are pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna tap 1. Plumb the Forbidden.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess these things are not very good right now. So we'll get rid of 2 of the plants. I'll lose 2 life, everybody else loses 1.
Magecraft counts the copies.
I will not lose any life. And everybody will lose 3.
Okay, so we're on turn 6. And I
I'm
have an
in danger.
Obscuring Haze. So the Obscuring Haze should keep me safe from Eshki, but they might have counter magic.
You just got jack shit to do. So we'll shock it and Haggerty in the Undercrypt.
Tyvar stand and Snakeskin Veil. Tyvar stand,
We'll tap
Snakeskin Veil.
1
So I've got a little protection.
for an Elvish Mystic.
Airtight Alibi and 1
And-
with Nature. Airtight Alibi, 1 with Nature.
1 to Valgate Recovery,
And then a few other cards, but those are sort of the ones that... Actually, Hydra's Growth. I think I'd rather show that I have a Mithril Coat. So I've got some, a lot of instant speed stuff. This is why I added in
and
the,
everybody loses 1, I gain 1.
why I wanted the Waterbender skin. Because I have so much instant speed stuff, and I'd like that.
I'm gonna go to combat, and I'm just gonna go swing 7 at Kosei.
Damn. Yeah, I'll take 7.
I'll pass the turn. And I don't know about you guys, but that land's kind of annoying, so
That's
if you
the
get
point.
Jeff.
There's an Eshki player with a crazy board.
Yeah, so we should kill the Kosei player.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Eshki will
so
just kill
quick
all of
question,
us. He doesn't
like,
need to just kill
can-
me.
Yeah.
Counterpoint, that's okay because I want to draw all my creatures.
Okay.
Can I tap Fanatic of Ronas like in response
Yeah.
to...
Yeah.
So I'll just do that to pay for the 4.
Yeah. And then you'll have 1 floating if you want to do anything with it.
But I have
Yes,
3
creatures.
creatures total. Sorry, 4 creatures total.
Oh, to pay for Fanatic
And
also.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Before you draw for turn, I'm gonna cast an Obscuring Haze.
Which does what?
Prevent all damage that'll be dealt by creatures this turn. Your opponent's control this turn.
Fair enough. I will tap 2, counterspell that.
That looks like GG to me.
Then I will go ahead and draw for turn. So currently my spells cost 3 less to cast due to Teamer Battle Crier. And so I'm gonna go ahead and tap for 1 green, cast Warclaw, draw Calcisma. So creature spells with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. When it attacks, each creature I control with power 4 or greater gets 1/1 and trample until end of turn. So I'm gonna get an Eshke trigger.
Yeah, they had the 2 mana open.
6 counters and draw a
on
card.
my turn too, but because every creature is just going to replace itself, so every time, so maybe he ends up with a hand with like 7 lands, but it doesn't matter.
Float 2 green, and I am going to tap Mossworth Bridge to
Is
cast
Tabernacle too
the
mean?
exile spell without paying its mana cost.
I don't think so.
1 green left in the.
It's annoying, but that's
Yep.
kind of the
So
point.
it's going to be Handstruck, Quake Mole, which is going to give me another Eshke trigger, a 1/1 counter, I draw a card, and you're all going to take 9 damage.
So we
Then-
lose.
Then
Yep,
I am
they're-
going to use the last mana
Yep.
there, cast Impend cast Overlord of the Houndfoe, which
GG guys.
is in City.
Thanks for the game. Yeah, so I think this game went pretty well. The temp with Discover again, the Tabernacle. The Tabernacle's interesting. It is so good in this deck, like undeniably. But I think one of the benefits of this deck is that I don't draw too much attention outside of what I'm doing, and I think Tabernacle adds an extra layer of pressure on the game that might not be serving me too well. So I might actually cut this. Also, hitting land drops is so important. Like post-combat, I draw cards with Kosei, and if I'm playing a land that doesn't even tap for mana with Kosei, like, that's kind of bad. So I think this was a good learning experience, and I think this is why proxies are so important. I got a chance to play with Tabernacle, and I saw that, yes, it's strong, but it actually isn't good in the it's too good in the deck is my point. So yeah, this was cool. I think I would rather just run a mana dork, honestly. There's so many cards that this could replace, so that's cool. Outside of that, were there any other misplays? No, I think I played pretty well. I said what I was gonna do when the game started based on my hand, and I did that. I had a land with 2 lands and a Nature's Lure, so turn 1 nothing, turn 2 Nature's Lure, turn 3 I played a land, played Kosei, had 1 open for Royal Treatment, did it, got the enchantment, then next turn played Conformer Shuriken and attacked with Kosei. I did it then, even though it wasn't a great attack, to draw the 4 cards, because I felt like that might have been one of the only windows where I could have gotten a good attack with Conformer Shuriken. I don't think he would have traded his commander, and he didn't. So yeah, I think like up until that, no faults with anything. Then yeah, I drew a Lotus Petal and a Mox Diamond, in addition to some other cards, got those out. Gave me enough mana to go into the next turn feeling pretty confident, and then yeah, what did I do with it? What was I looking for? I don't know, what was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for a way to give trample, but I couldn't find it. So I just played the Pip-Boy, tried to look for some more cards, and had a fight spell. So I got rid of a blocker and then made it so he could only block with Eshke, and he chose not to, and I got to draw 6 cards, and I ended up with a pretty good hand. I think if it got back to my turn there, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, a Tyber's Stand, a Snakeskin Veil, and an Airtight Alibi. I would have drawn a few more cards. Maybe, let's say, 6 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No fog effects. So yeah, it was probably going to be GG anyway, but that was a cool I think that was a cool game. I think it put a little bit of pressure on this deck to do its strategy faster than I normally would have liked to. But I think it's kind of where it needs to be. Definitely a bracket 3 deck. You know, actually for Tabernacle, I could just put in One Ring. I think that might be the move. Card draw and protection for a turn. I think that's a good alternative. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with how it played. I think this was a good showcase of the deck. And what other upgrades were there that you got to see? I think the Tabernacle was the only one. What were the other upgrades I've made? The Phenomena Recorder you didn't get to see. I think Hydra's Growth is not good. I might be cutting that for something, another enchantment maybe. You didn't get to see Soap Guard, or I'm trying to see if there was like any cards I added that were in my hand that I didn't play for any particular reason. Since I just did the upgrades, it would be good to see if something was underperforming. Carpet of Flowers, I've had to mulligan a hand with it. Noxious Survival, I didn't draw, but I think if I had, I would have liked it. I really wish I had Bender's Waterskin that game. This might have been nice. I think Paradise Mantle would have been nice too. So thinking about how the game went and the ads I made, I think they all would have been appreciated draws. So I'm happy about that. I think the game was too fast for there to be much room for misplays, and I don't think I really did any misplays, so that's good. But yeah, that's Kosei. I hope you liked watching. I hope that seeing a mono green deck like this was entertaining. Is there anything that could be learned from this video? Yeah, I think what could be learned is I hope you learned Tabernacle is an annoying card. And just because you can run a card doesn't mean you should run a card. So that's the lesson for today. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.